Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back for another Prox guide to Phantom Hourlass, and if you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and crossed on back into the Temple of the Ocean King just so that we could continue onwards with the next big part of that said way, and we did get the next up-and-coming sea chart as well, which we are now able to head off into the Northwestern Sea. But, however, we can't really go and do too much around within that said way just yet, because currently there is going to be a cyclone, which that will go and shoot us all the way back to the original place that we are going to be around over here, around within the Murky Island type of particular part that's going to be this way. And not only that, but we don't even have a cannon part yet for the boat, and we can't even blast our way into the next little sub-segment within the Southwestern Sea. And that will be leading us into a place known as Molita Island, which we will be picking up with a said type of special item that will be meant for Link at some point later on down the road, but we'll hold that off for when the time actually does happen. But that other said place, once we do get the cannon, is that it will lead us into the ghost ship as well. But you guys will probably see that even trying to cross on through that other said way, there's going to be a lot of dense fog, and we can't really go and do too much about with that either. So we're kind of in this predicament where we're just kind of stuck in this one big huge part of this type of map that's going to be here for right now. So as you guys can go and see out here, there is that big, huge, gigantic cyclone. And even though that we went and dodged past that cyclone, this thing is going to be returning right back to us. And it's just going to like just take us right away. And yeah, so we won't be able to head on all the way down to there just yet. So now it's just that we have to go and reach all the way over to a new type of island that we never really went and checked around just yet. But before we can even head all the way over to the Cannon Island, well, we do have some of these sea traps, and this is going to be the first time where we are going to have to do some boat jumping here, and just be very careful for the boat jumping. Sometimes I know that when you're playing like on the DS, it is a little bit hard to kind of see to exactly judge your exact same type of position for when those things start like showing up really fast, but if you do hit it, you will lose a chunk of your heart, which that is going to be annoying. But however, when we do go and get the cannon, we could go and battle with some of the different enemies that are going to be here. You will be able to regain some of those hearts to come back as well. And you'll be hopefully at least somewhat a little bit better without having to lose too much of it though. And as you guys go and see here is that since we are around within the Cannon Island, there is going to be a said postman that is going to be showing up. And now I believe you can actually make some pretty hilarious type of signatures if you want to at the end of all of this, because like this is the first time that you'll be able to interact with this said postman, but later on he will want to have at least some sort of a signature for at least to kind of guarantee exactly who that he's actually speaking to with, and you can go and say some pretty funny stuff. And now for us, we're not going to go into that too much of in-depth stuff. I think we're just going to basically just kind of just do our own signature, which that of course is going to be with me. And that's going to be about it. But this is Fuzo here, but we need to go and speak to Edo. Edo is the man that is in charge of this whole island here, but this is just his little assistant guy, or, well, I wouldn't really call him little, he's more so of a big guy at this point in time, and he's going to help us out on opening up the back door of the said way for us to go and head on into. So we're going to be taking the more dangerous route instead of the more easier route, and we're just going to have to head on into the back part here. But either way, there is some enemies to go and battle, and it's like you're saying, returning enemies that we see from before. So we got the chews, and we got the electric chews, and some other like heaths and whatnot. But there is one type of enemy that will at least somewhat make its appearance here, but I don't know if we'll see it from time to time. But we got ourselves with some of these bees here, and you don't really want to be messing around with the beehive, because I think if you do roll on into that, the beehive will break and there'll be like more bees to like try to battle out with, and I don't think you really want to do that. But however, we got ourselves our first of many treasure chart maps. You guys may probably remember that from Wind Waker before. And yes, and mind you, there is going to be a scavenge type of, or a salvage type of item that we'll be able to go and use, and that will be able to give us a whole bunch of brand new type of specialized treasure, and see what that will be all about. Now, mind you, for the heart pieces and whatnot, there will be special treasure that we will have to go and grab and bring on over to said type of person for the amount of how many other type of pieces of whatever type of main type of scavenge item that we're gonna have to go and find. Now, mind you, some of these items will be located in treasure chests as well, so not only will you just go and find like different other things that will happen undersea, but you can also go and find them within the other said treasure chest as well. And if you guys are kind of curious to know where the next type of power gem is going to be, well, it's actually located right around over here. And we do need a set of 10, because if we do get 10 of each of the different spirit gems from right now, we'll be able to get a specialized upgrade for each of those said type of specialized fairies that we do have. Currently, right now, at this moment in time, we only just have Leaf right now, so we can only go and try to boost up on the strength of Leaf at this point. So, can't really go and do too many other things for right now, but hopefully when we do go through the Isle of Gust, we should be able to get the Blue Fairy, which that will be really good and really handy as well. And again, each of these different fairies will be overpowered if you do decide to go after all the different spirit gems, and I think for us, I think that will probably be a nice, good suited thing, just so that we can at least be somewhat high powered for what this whole entire game is going to be, just so that we don't really have to get ourselves all completely messed up on other situations that happen. But here we go, got ourselves another 20 rupees. And mind you, this game is really nice, and it's really easy to just get rupees around over here. Because, like, basically, if you guys don't know, if you head on over to, like, the Beetle Shop or any of those other different, like, marts around the different islands that are here, you'll be paying, like, almost, like, 500, like, type of rupees just for getting one spirit gem, which is really, really annoying, But for me, you know, I have to say this game is really nice just for the extra type of rupee grabbing, so you can just be able to just go and grab like any type of rupees that you see pretty much quickly. So this of course is going to be with Edo. He's the man that's going to give us the actual said cannon part here, but we do have to pay out 50 rupees though. So you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do, is pay out for the 50 rupees, and we'll just give it right on over to him. I don't know if there's like a way where you could just say no and maybe he'll probably give it less for the amount of what's happening, but I'm pretty sure it has to be 50 rupees. So let's go and meet up with the said type of postman again. And whenever you see like that mailbox kind of just jumping around up and down like that, normally that means that the postman is going to be on his way to at least give you some sort of letter to know about exactly what's happening here. So this is actually directed by the postman. This is actually his own letter that he will go and talk to you about. So this is where you get to make your own signature signing, and you could go and give that over to him just so that he knows exactly who we are and what that is all about. You can basically make some funny stuff if you want to there, but we're just going to call ourselves with Prox Game, of course. We do that as well within our Persona 4 game as well too, but yeah, we should probably make that a little bit nicer, right? There we go. And mind you, I have to say, using the actual Wii U gamepad just to go and play through this game is 10 times easier than what the Nintendo DS is. Because sometimes when you're playing on a much smaller screen, it's a little bit hard to kind of align within everything that's going on with your stylus there. But let's go and move on away from here. Let's get on out of Cannon Island and start reaching all the way over to Molinda Island. Or Moletta Island or something like that. It's not too far away from here, but however, we do need to go and start reaching over to the ghost ship. Now, if you guys just saw there, just like 5 seconds ago, there was that little X on the mark for what is happening around within this side of the map. Basically, that means that there is actually said treasure that's going to be happening. And later on, there will be other different symbols that will be showing up on the map as well too, such as golden frogs, and also as well with the said type of specialized fish. Now, I believe we can't really go and do that just yet right away, but we do need to return back to Molinda Island at some point for that, because there is going to be a said mermaid that we can go and talk to, and we'll be able to get ourselves with a fishing rod, and we'll be able to do some fishing catching around within here. And if you are on your way of just trying to get all 100% completed of all the different heart containers as we go through the game, we are going to have to go for some of the different heart pieces, and that will actually somewhat bring us within a topic of trying to do some fishing, because there's a lot of specialized fish that we do have to go and find. But we'll worry about that for it's that type of video when we have to go through all of the different other heart pieces in the game. So yeah, so after a little bit of some time trying to chase around within the ghost ship, we will get ourselves stuck in the fog, so we're just going to kind of have to move on out of here for now. So yep, let's just go and head back the way that we came and head right back over here to Moletta Island that is going to be showing up right now. So welcome to this area. And there's going to be a lot of villages that you can go and check around with if you want to. There's actually one said village that you may probably want to pick up with a chest around within here, because it will give us another one of those special type of I guess side items to go and pick up with. Now, you could also go and read some of these other different slate type of statues that are also here, and you could actually learn about the Old Wayfarer. And then I believe there's like different type of like Wayfarer statues that you can go and speak to. It'll kind of tell you about some different things, and I don't know if that actually kind of just guides you into like the little suspicious, mysterious hole that you will have to go and use the shovel for. I don't know if that's like what it's all about, but either way, there is a mysterious hole that you do have to shovel up at some point, and that will give us a hidden clue for what we do need for the actual said fog that we have to clear on into with. But yeah, so there's a letter from Astrid, and at least we'll get some interesting information from her for the time being. So she's just going to talk about the Olive Ember and some other yada yada stuff, and yep, so let's just let the postman fly away for now. See you later, buddy. But now we have to go and find a person by the name of Romanos, I think. That's what his name is, right? He should be somewhere around within this area. I think it's like all the way at the very far end of this place, where you'll see like a little cave type of part that's around here. So yeah, so we got ourselves with the pearl necklace, so that's something that we can add on into our collection for the time being. I know that we'll probably be finding more of those later. And here's the shop, so if you ever are in need of trying to get yourself another power gem, this is one of those said type of gem spots right here for one of those. We are going to have to grab a whole bunch of them, so we'll just mark that on for something a little bit later. Still can't go and grab out any of the bombs, or even said arrows, because we don't even have a quiver at all, like quiver bag, or not even having the bomb bag either. So I think we need to go and talk to the mom that's here for Romanos, and we'll just have to just go and meet up with him later. Alright, so let's go and see what's happening over here at the house. Now this guy's going to be a little bit cranky, and when we go and tell him about like the situation with us having to go through the fog and everything, he's going to basically tell us to scram and not really go and talk to him all that too much, but then later on he's gonna like basically apologize later and just say like sorry for him getting so angry about it, because with him trying to travel to the island Gus. But yeah, so we'll leave and then come right back, and then let's see what happens there. Yeah, so he's basically sorry to unload all that type of stuff on us, but that's alright. So now we should at least be able to get special permission to head on into the actual said cave, because if you do try to head on into the cave, you will have to speak to Romanos first before you can even do anything within there. So I guess we could go and probably talk back to the mom maybe one more time. Yes, we already did talk to the son, and yes, let's just go into the cave now. Yeah, normally she would just go and just stop you right there, and then you'll have to go and do it, but since we already went and did it now, we can access it now. So there we go. And there will be a new set enemy here in this place. I think there is a Zora type of warrior, or a Zora knight somewhere around over here that we'll have to go and battle out with. But these guys are really easy. They do only take like 5 hits, but you just need to use this boomerang, and now, since you guys do have a shield, all we have to really go out of our way to do is just hit them from behind, and that's basically it from there. And confuse them, and then just keep on whacking them all the way down as best as we can, and there he goes. And look at that, we already got ourselves with that extra 20 rupees. So as you guys go and see, there's all those weird little suspicious holes on the ground. Well, that will actually give us 100 rupees if we do have the shovel at some point. And there is some special 100 rupees that you can't go and find. And you may probably want to make sure to go and pick some of those up, because if you are on your way of trying to collect all the different spirit gems and whatnot, you're going to be probably maybe wanting to have that extra 100 type of rupees right there. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. We'll have to be a little bit careful with those keys that are showing up. Oh, okay, fine. So I guess that boomerang's not going to really work, but we'll make sure that he gets knocked out from there. Okay, so we'll just throw the bomb to that side. That should give us another little extra part around over here. And there we go, got the shovel. And now what we're going to have to go and do is now start shoveling up on some of these little weird suspicious holes that are on the ground. And if you ever do want to go and find out exactly where your shovels are at, I believe it's in your inventory space, not actually in your collection spot. Normally, in other Zelda games, it would actually be in your collection inventory, but here in Phantom Hourglass, this is a completely different thing. It's in your inventory item. So, there we go. And now, what we could go and do is start heading up through those stairs, or we could actually go and blast on our way to get ourselves a little bit of an extra detour spot here, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So now those blocks won't be there anymore, since we already do have the extra space there. And there we go, got ourselves with a helm rock feather. Probably going to be needing that for a lot of side stuff as well. So dig up right underneath this palm tree here. Fall on down into it, and this is where we'll be able to go and see the special map that's going to be down this way. And yeah, as you guys do go and see right there, like on my map, for some of these different type of parts that we're in right now, I do have something known as frog. And now, mind you, anytime that you do see a golden frog, just mark it on your map so that you can at least somewhat remind yourself later on exactly what you need to do. And now, right now, we're just trying to draw out exactly what we need to go on into with here. And I think I may have probably messed up, I think. But, no, I think we're okay now, it looks like. No. Okay. Yeah, so I think I did have to do it for a second time, though, because I believe, because, like, you have to, like, 100%, like, somewhat, like, be somewhat accurate within the way of how this is going to be, because even just, like, one wrong move throughout this whole entire fog, you will have to restart this all over again, and I don't think you really want to have to go and do it twice and come back here to Molita Island again. So, yeah, so just go around through that side, and then just make it around over here. And then I think that's about it. And then we'll just put a little arrow just to make sure that we do exactly what the thing is telling us to do. And that's about it. So now we just have to go and run all the way back to Limebeck and then start reaching all our way back to that area there. So yeah, so just be a little bit careful. There are some enemies that will start to make their return. But however, while we are throughout this back part, there is this random sun type of thing that's showing up here. Now, we don't really know exactly what we could go and do with this just yet, but we may have to come back to that after once we're said and done with the Olive Gust. So, we don't really have a special key for it here at the moment, but we will be doing that soon. But yeah, so we're just going to write this down for now. We'll just call it key. And then we'll make sure to come back to that later. So it looks like Celia kind of knows a little bit about it. But again, she kind of works exactly like Marie from Persona 4. So she doesn't really have the best type of memory. So off we go back to the fog. And we'll just have to just mark our way to the Northwestern Sea once again. So yeah, I'm not going to really go and show you guys everything that happens here, but once you already made sure to line everything up and all that stuff, just make sure that you at least draw around the correct type of way of how you want to go and draw it for what you want to sketch out to be. And you should be able to at least get yourself on out of here. Now, around over in this side of the Northwestern Sea, there is a little of a hidden area somewhere around within the, I think it's like somewhere around within between that green island there and a little bit of the rocks, because there's a place known as the Uncharted Island, and you may possibly want to go and head over to that area, because if you ever do want to go and do some fast type of teleportation areas without having to worry about having to fly back and forth between the different places, or we'll try to boat your way through all these different places and you want to make things a little bit faster for yourself, having a special slate and be able to teleport through different areas is going to make things a lot faster, and you can make things very easy for yourself as well too. And there's actually 6 golden frogs that you can go and find, and so far we only just found about maybe 3 so far. Oh, and there we go, and it looks like we got some of the new island there. I think that's Zeus Island, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But we can't, well, for us, I don't think we really want to go to there just yet. But we'll come back there to another time. I think there is some extra things that we can go and do there for like extra like treasures and whatnot. But yeah, that'll be meant for a side thing for when we go and do all the other side, other hidden or other type of location or optional areas that we can go and do. Alright, so here we are now. So this is something for us to go and grab out with the fence. And this type of wooden fence, this is just basically there just for you to just add more, a little bit more stylish type of things to your boat if you want. And let's just go continue onwards. So yeah, so let's head right on over to this little type of secret hidden area from here. And be careful of some of the enemies that you start reaching all the way into that little particular area there, because there is going to be some said type of boat ships that are out here that will try to also use their cannon on you as well, which that's not going to be fun either. Yeah, and speaking about those boats, they're already right around within that type of location there. So just keep on moving. Oh yeah, there's the frog there. But however, what are we doing here? Ah yes, we're gonna have to write down the frog as well. So just as a reminder, we'll have to come back to that later. Oh geez. Yeah, we shouldn't really be fixating on the enemies for right now, because we got some boats to take care of, because these guys are just all over the place. Yeah, they do take a lot of hits. And if you are curious about if you are going to be running out of like cannon type of things or whatnot, I believe it is unlimited. So yeah, but you want to be a little bit careful though, because like you even have, because like since you have a limited amount of bombs on a boat, you don't really have a limited amount of bombs when it's like in your inventory though. But let's just head all the way over here to that suspicious island that's all the way down here, the Uncharted Island. Now, this whole place, you may possibly want to have to draw it out as a whale, because this whole place is designed as a whale. And most of these type of boiling things are going to be showing up, and there is a said type of special pattern that you will have to open up for the bridge so that you can meet up with the said type of specialized type of golden creature that is here. So let's just go and make sure that we draw out exactly what this place is all about, so that we can at least somewhat understand exactly what type of particular map that this is going to be all about here. So yeah, right now we're just going to be just drawing out somewhat of a whale design. I know that my type of whale design is not going to be like the best type of one ever, but hey, you know what, at least we'll try at least to somewhat do this right. So now we just need to go and just make sure that we at least draw out somewhat of like a tail here. And then now we just need to go and just draw out like a fin part as well. There we go. And I think that should be about it. And then we just need the little eyeball. There. And just like that, that's our little whale guy. Alright, so the Golden Chief, huh? That's what we need to go and search for. He's the man that will actually give us the actual slate. But yeah, so just remember that code about the rudder and the spray and all that other things. But first of all, we have to go and head all the way over to where the tail part is. Knock that one first. Then we also have to go in and hit the sprout part of it. So that's going to take care of that. And then we're just going to have to go and head over to where it looks like to be the fin area for that. And then the last one is going to be right over at where the eyeball is. And just like that, that's already been taken care of. So now, with that being said in mind, the bridge is now opened up. And now we can go and head on into the little hidden area that's here. So let's go and take a little bit of a walk in there, shall we? So, nothing really all that too important from that slate. But yeah, look at all these golden frogs here. But yeah, the golden chief is going to be right here as well. We won't really get too much into some of his dialogue, but he will give us the cyclone slate. And now it's onwards to find the golden frogs, the many of the three that we have so far. Nice, we just got it right before he went into the water there. Alright, so now he's going to show us exactly what we're going to have to go and draw, so make sure that you at least mark it on your map so that you won't forget. But I know that for me, I didn't really do this right away, but mind you that this is only a backwards end, so you should at least just kind of somewhat understand exactly what this one's all about. So now we're off to the next one. And if you actually do want to go and actually put down the actual set part here, this will actually create its own cyclone, and you can just do your own type of moving around from here. And there we go, and just like that, we made it right back to the Northwestern Sea again. Ah, and here's the Traveler ship. Now, this guy kind of almost looks exactly like us for a little bit. But I believe he will actually give you a set type of heart piece at some point down the road. And you can do a whole bunch of type of battling with this guy. Now, mind you, I'm not really the best when it comes to trying to do this type of segment. Normally, if you do this in Wind Waker, it's always a little bit better, because like you're not really having to go and use a stylus, but this could probably take a little bit of some time. But I'll just show you guys just exactly what this Traveler ship is all about and what type of prizes that you could go and win. But I believe there's like a certain amount of how many hits that you're supposed to do with this guy, and then he'll give you something special after. But yeah, so we only hit him like 2 amount of times, but you know what, we'll do it a little bit better for another way. But yeah, we got a Zora scale now. Alright, so now, here is the next frog. And this one is where we're going to have to do some sort of weird, almost looking like an hourglass type of way, but it's only like a semi-part of itself. So just mark that on your map, just so that you don't really have to forget about it later. There, so now we marked it. And it's always really cool because it actually does have like the golden frog like plastered right onto the actual map. So if you ever do want to know about where he is again. And there we go. And this should be the last guy here too. So with all that being said in mind, this is going to be the outro for today. Thank you so much for going and checking out with everything that is happening with the Phantom Hourglass. See you guys in the next one. And I believe we will be heading off to the Isle of Gus, which that will be the next big part of our way throughout our time in Phantom Hourglass. So of course, peace.